my mana will be on fire in whenever we find out.
That was another possibility as well, that you might attempt to find and go through the secret access point, wherever that was located, and in doing so...
It could have been anywhere within, like, 10 miles.
Or, attempt...
August couldn't find it.
or, like, say, like, using an acid arrow to create your own point of entry. You just didn't know what the layout inside was.
Yeah.
That could have been a question that you asked one of your captives.
Yeah, what I had an interesting idea of, for example, was, like, even if it was not acid arrow, but using, like, a flaming bomb, say, like, I burnt a hole through the wall. A controlled fire.
Sure.
It's like, we didn't really know where to go, so it's like, That's the only reason I took Flaming Bolt, actually. It's just because I had a spare slot. It's like, okay, what do I do? Let's have it for utility. I'm sure we need a fire at some point, right?
Fargus agrees.
Well,
You might need a fire at any point.
no.
I meant
I can say we could have done with a little more
brought that
fire,
with me
and
so I
that's
can
fine.
summon fire at will.
Why do you have this?
I need to be able to start a fire. I don't
Well-
think... Who has Flint and Tinder nowadays?
No.
I also have 2 fire spells, so I'm fine.
Yeah, I also have this one command that I thought would be really useful at some point, but so far I've never used it. It costs just so many points. Oh. I don't know.
How about basic
You
melee
can
attack?
only use that with Gryph, really.
Basic melee attack. I still can't
No,
even trip
it's-
that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
But he's the only...
Like the first time the blade is used for something other than channeling magic, it just kills.
Hey, you're 1 for 1, man. Keep that.
Yeah, I like it. The odds are in my favor now.
Never
Just
make
never
another
try to hit
basic
anyone
melee
again,
attack,
and,
yes.
and you'll be the best melee fighter in the group.
I forfeit my opportunity attack. Go. Must keep my record. 1 for 1, baby.
Gotta keep that crit ratio up.
Really need
pretty
more
good
spell
considering I
slots
had
as
plus.
well.
I didn't think it would work. I have +1 strength. This is not going to hit 2. Oh god.
Oh, well guys, I really have to leave now, but I'll see you
Yes,
next
the
time.
Sea
or-
Raiders are falling asleep.
Yep, I sure am.
Bye, Asthma man.
Goodbye. See you next time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well, someone's going to have to tell Gryph that we failed horrifically.
Oh
On the
yeah,
other
we
hand,
all died, and
On the other hand,
Oh.
in character, he doesn't know yet. So
Just
in
because
order
he
to
has to go
retreat, we had to
sleep.
leave you there, and you...
no.
So if we suffered a campaign loss, you're no longer with us. The worst is he'd probably just join the guy's crew.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't think he would actually.
And then be sold out.
Money.
Yeah,
And we
still-
should have taken the money and
He's
left
still,
and then
still
come
my
back.
back.
The money. Money.
Again, if we'd waited a day, then I had taken like the lock spell, old portal spell as a 3rd level, and then we could have just burned the house down around them.
Well, they
We
said secret passage.
yeah, but we see where the smoke comes out. That's the secret passage.
It will come out the smoke holes in the roof.
That's true.
I'm just
Still-
saying. It will
Still,
come
not
out.
all of them would go out a secret passage.
No, not all of them.
Most of them would burn to death, and we would have suffered only the use of 1 spell. And
Along with any information, papers, like useful
They-
things.
that's mute now because we
hostages.
didn't get it anyway.
The point stand,
Retroactively.
the point
should have
stands
done
is we
this.
would have lost it when we go back if we ever decide to go back there as well.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to take whatever is needed with them.
Question,
Which is probably what's going to happen. They're going to be.
Do they have a second fortress? Who knows?
I don't know. I don't know if they
I
have.
know next time the brandy's definitely not going to work next
Well,
time.
now they do.
Did a second fucking shitty noble build a goddamn wood manor, like log
This one's made
manor?
of stone. God
Yeah.
Fuck, what am I supposed to do with
Can't
it?
even-
Castle.
Well, you know what this
Molten
is.
ore.
You know what this is time for, Manaki?
damn.
It's
Fucked in your
acid
general
arrow.
direction.
It's time for an acid arrow ritual to weaken the roof so it caves in.
You would
can't
not
let
be
me
able
stand
to
out there for
weaken.
like 4 hours.
You would not be able to weaken the entire roof with either a level 1 or level 3 acid arrow spell.
How about 2 of them?
No,
We both can prepare acid arrow.
it's too weak. Shit's weak.
Well,
I'm not letting you kill like named villains by collapsing a roof on an entire building with your 1 spell or 2 spells at low level. Matter of fact, it's not even for this campaign.
It's something a good idea, don't you think? Anticlimactic, but amusing.
That's right, I don't have time for your anti-climax. We are all about climaxing in this campaign.
You know, it did feel quite dramatic killing Mooks until we ran into that room. I did enjoy the conversation, though, before. Like, part of me enjoyed the Whispering Ravager. And part of me wanted to kill him.
I enjoyed the absurd situation with Thomas basically trying to go, yes, villain, we have you, surrender now. And everyone else is like, you know that money you mentioned?
Well,
I was having a casual conversation.
I didn't want to.
You were hiding in the back. You were doing nothing. Well, gone there.
That's right,
It turned out well. I didn't get hit inside that entire fight.
That's right, Manaki didn't even like see the enemies until the combat started.
Yeah, it works. You know,
Yeah,
I don't.
at least with my casual conversation. At least I was looking around the corner. Like, hello.
Oh.
Why don't you come out and face me, you dog? No, I'm quite good here. I'm your guest. I enjoyed that.
Come out to me.
Oh.
Like remind me, if Leon ever gets a house, he's not welcoming you inside. You're not
vampire,
reported.
you.
And we don't even know if he or one of his men murdered the druid guy.
They
kind of
probably
assumed-
did if they have the druid
probably.
artifacts and like flinches when you say it. Yeah, they did.
Probably, but we don't know.
They did. I mean, they did. Yeah. That's what we're going to tell the people, at least in the town.
Yeah, the people are not going to do anything against them.
Yes,
No.
yes, they will totally believe that the bandits who are working with the High Druid murdered the Druid.
Yeah.
You have a point.
You know,
Saying
we
that-
don't.
I guess we got to pick one narrative or the other.
We don't know why either, but they did. Just believe us here, people. Come on.
This is what we need to go through, like the 3.5 spell compendium, and like what spell in here could convince them. We have no such illusions here, or like
No,
show
you
it.
don't.
Again, at least Wizard Dude lives in the city, so.
Well, he did say he had business to do, so he might just go.
Yeah, he probably has something completely unrelated that he's dealing with, but if the city were to be attacked, he would have to defend it.
And maybe next time, my icons will look favorably upon me.
You are 0 for 9. Actually, no, since you rolled one for the priestess during the first session when you met Senator Cabot. 0 for 10.
No. Did I roll? Oh
What
yeah, I
name?
did. Yeah, it was.
Oh,
Like
right.
now I'm seriously considering. Should I taken that point? Should I have taken the extra relationship point from my talent? From a class talent?
Why? Have another D6 you can't use.
I mean, I
There's two questions
obviously.
there. One, would it mean I actually would have had one? On the other hand, would it mean I've just wasted a talent?
I didn't really. I didn't feel I saw the 6 from my High Druid come in.
No.
Yeah. The
I mean,
Archmage one is pretty obvious. But...
No, that was the one from the High Druid. Did not end up getting applied. I didn't think of a way which to apply it, and
we weren't really dealing with druids in this session, so you know.
that'll get rolled over. I did have an idea, but the Archmage ended up taking care of that with the Adventure Tier rune.
Which you didn't use, by the way.
No, still
No,
have
I
the Adventure Tier rune.
didn't. The battle in the end, we couldn't win. And the other
It's like,
battles.
technically, sheep or I could have like applied it to our like focuses. So
Yeah, I can use it in my spell implement.
yeah, you can use it. Your implement, I can use it. My implement, he can use
Well,
it. His weapon.
But yeah, I don't know.
If-
The battle
if I
outside
had-
didn't last long enough, and yeah.
Yeah, if I had just gotten a chance to use my healing potion, I would have been so happy. Ah,
What
Right.
we can need 2 commanders to get. So
we ran out of frontline.
basically, Gryph, what I see the command like is like 8 Inspire from Payday 2, so just you need 2 of them. Just get each other back.
Right. You had the situation there where, you know, with Gryph gone, the one guy that you have for the front line, he's also the guy who heals you, in a sense.
yeah, I have absolutely nothing that somehow in any way improves my own survivability or performance.
Yeah,
Like,
except-
I am actually a pure support character.
I don't know. That great axe though turned out pretty good.
If I get lucky, like really lucky.
I know you did flay a man alive a few times.
So that was just a situation where, combat-wise, Thomas ended up stepping right in front of all of the agony.
Like, there may have been better ways to do that, but... Oh.
Yeah, if Thomas should ever die, and that seems possible at least, I'd accept it fully
probable.
because... It's probably probable, being the front line and all. I'd accept it perfectly fine, and I'd make the fucking tankiest character this game has ever seen.
And you goddamn get above a 27-point buy, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Paladin of defense. Yeah.
And then you get a 10-point buy.
I'll just be invincible, but I have no other powers, so I'm just going to be ignored every combat, but I'll never die.
I actually rolling a character earlier, and I rolled like 46, drop lowest, and I got like a 5 and a 5 and a 6, and I was like, what is this? I've never seen
an interesting character on a 46 drop lowest. What kind of sorcery is that? You can't have interesting characters on 46 drop lowest.
I've never had 2 stats, especially that bad on a roll before. So it's like, what?
That's a fun character.
He's like one of the defenses at like 9.
Let's see.
With the exception actually of there was a 3.5 I did, which was just 3d6 like unarranged. So it's like
even this roll would be like far superior than what I rolled. Oh.
And that's not particularly good. I mean, the 17 is certainly nice.
That is so much better than what I have. Can I take this one, Grimith?
No, you can't. Maybe you should have considered dying in that combat.
Yeah, maybe I should have considered suicide.
So you should have not accepted the campaign loss, wait to die, and then the other PC's campaign loss?
No, that would have been the situation of make a death save. GM, can I automatically fail all of my death saves? Is your character given up? He's given up.
Out of curiosity. Woo!
7 and 8, those are interesting.
Yeah, I could work with a 7 and 8.
Double 17 is okay.
And double 13s. What the fuck with those doubles?
I know. I
They're
would have
odd
like
numbers too. Crazy.
Only
Five.
if double 7.
You're just gonna depress yourself by constantly rolling stat array.
Yes. Although I'd have a hard time working with a 5, I think.
Actually, no, Grimith, I didn't.
Put it in like charisma, where it doesn't do anything.
Grimith, I've done the same thing for like depressing myself, except I did it like the other day when I rolled a relationship roll by accident, and I like rolled like 2 5s and something. It was like, oh.
The 5s are not necessarily something you want, right?
The point is, it's something.
They give you a boon, and they also give you a consequence.
I don't care if there's a consequence. I want them to be used.
Like, what was the boon in those dwarves attacking us?
That was a consequence that came from a earlier 5 that Gryph rolled, not this session.
Yeah, that was the previous one taking effect.
Yes. Yeah. I couldn't exactly shoehorn dwarves into what you were doing in the second chapter last Tuesday, so I put them in this one.
Oh, everyone in the city died, except for dwarves.
They're here waiting for you. Like, that would just be like what the fuck did dwarves have to do with this? And then you get on an entirely different thought process that I don't want you on.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we siege the Dwarf King next session. Things change.
Right. Might go as well as this did.
Yeah, 5s at this point are like, oh god, what's hunting me this time?
It depends what you got a 5 with, right?
Well, you did get a 5 with the Great Gold Worm, and didn't find a way to spend that gain that you got from it this session. So that'll. I
was trying to think of reasons, but I couldn't. Not of reasons, but of situations. But I couldn't think of anything.
I couldn't go with anything. That's fine. It'll get kicked over. I'll have a week to think about it. I'll make sure it's put into next session, the 5 and all. And Manaki 6.
One sec. I need to make the most important notice at the very bottom of my session 3 notes now. Right after killed loads of bandits, in large bold letters, campaign loss. That's important.
Then a frowning smiley.
It still makes me more depressed every time I open these. The top line of all of these is no relationship roles, no relationship roles, no relationship roles. Like, oh. That's impressive.
Also, if we have to take another campaign loss against bandits, I think Thomas is going to leave and go like to the abyss or something.
You know, if we get another campaign loss, how about we just leave the town? How about just go to Newport?
Fuck this
Fuck it.
town. Everyone hates us anyways.
Yeah, let it burn. No one will ever know what happened.
and then by the time you get to Newport, the battle has already reached there.
Yeah, like the
You know what?
The war has begun.
You know,
Is the tournament still going in Axis?
at this point, we probably have enough money to get a ship. Yeah, just fuck this. Let's see the tournament.
Grimith, how much is a boat right now?
Well, you can't really ask around. You wouldn't know.
Do I think I might be able to get a boat for 92 gold?
Maybe depends on who might be selling in Foghaven.
At this point, we take a boat.
I would like to use my 5 with the Great Gold Worm to get a vision of how the boat prices in Newport are currently.
That's not how that works. The Great Gold Worm does not care about boat prices.
Aww.
The Druid hates boats, so... Well,
Druid doesn't hate boats. That's not on the list of things that she hates.
I use my 6 to it. It would benefit to me if a red dragon burned the entire wild wood. That would be nice.
Except the red dragon has to come from somewhere.
Solve so many problems.
Yes. So Manaki gave me a rundown on how he thought this session was gonna go, like a few days ago.
Did it?
No, we didn't get as far as I thought we would. I think. First thing, we find bandit hideout, then we fight bandits, and then I continued on, but we never got further than fight bandits.
Like, Manaki, you always
So I don't know. I don't know
we go to the bandit hideout, we fight bandits, then we go to the crypt, because, like, we find something there that we're gonna have to deal with, that we need to go to the crypt for. We go to the crypt, we find out another plot twist, so then we go back to the bandits to do a thing, and then we go to, like, the forest, I forget.
Yeah, when I talked to
Here,
Manaki...
we went to the bandits, and then we lost. So, what can we do? We didn't find
When Manaki and I talked, I was repeatedly saying, "Oh, the Whispering Revenger. He's probably an undead because only undead call themselves Whispering, right?"
I'm also like amused and like perplexed at the same time that the Whispering Ravenger, his bandit name was taken in like so many crazy ways. Like, what kind of fucking asshole names himself that? Clearly, the cunt's undead. I'm like, it's just a bandit name. God.
Well, considering that English is not my first language, I was like, Ravenger. That sounds like a word. I wonder what it means. And all things I found out were completely absurd. Like, I think I mistyped it somehow, and I think it was like a piece of a hammock or something. like a metal hook that you use for a hammock. Oh, I don't even know what I found.
And then
also a boat and a car, I think.
You spelled it with a B and got like a Jewish priest.
Oh.
He's the Whispering Jewish priest.
I don't even.
I see it. It's quite a title that you got for yourself there, man.
Oh, what an asshole.
What, the Jewish priest?
To compound
to
compound the situation, the PCs rolled horrifically on attempting to converse with the group of people. I saw like a 2 there. It was
so
I have it in my notes. I have my notes exactly.
So many single-digit rolls.
We got a 2,
a 3,
down,
a 4, and a
and
7.
like a witch hunt begun, and we managed to give our enemies an edge somehow.
That is what's written in my
And we basically sent a boy and his mother into the
We're
forest. We're
basically worse off than when we started.
Oh.
It'd be better if we could skip back and not have done anything.
You know, this is not our brightest hour.
It'd be better if we just sat on our asses.
I think this is a relevant time for like some kind of inspirational quote.
But hey, at least we didn't go to the crypt and lose, so that like undead would have swarmed the town as well. Right?
Hmm.
And they're not even gonna be undead in the crypt. It's gonna be something else. When you're dumb, like
the Whispering Ravengers now waiting in the crypt.
The noble lady got stuck in there, and that's why she hasn't been able to ask for more help.
Like help. Help!
If this were an actual like fantasy adventure book, it would be one of those kinds where the heroes actually caused all the issues in the first place, and the end goal is just restoring the status quo. And that's the happy ending. Everything is as fucked up as
It was. We just want to make it to. Yeah. It's okay, Reminger, Mr. Priest. If we just get Gryph and get a little rest up, we could take your group, I think, but not like this. Not like this.
I don't.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, also, it would be easier, of course, if we didn't have these the squares to think of. At least for my spell casting, I was like, look, they're so close, but just as like a line between them, I can't.
The hybrid like battle map of both rooms and obstacles and abstract squares was a bit, I mean, hard to get used to, I guess. Because it both makes actual positioning on the map less important because you are located in that square, but it's still like obstacles and line of sight and things like that.
Yeah.
Shut up, Rowan. Nobody likes you.
I'm just pleased that the map never broke at any point with all my vision stuff. Clearly, I need to use it more.
Except for that door that was open instead of locked.
Yeah, this locked door is locked ajar. What?
Yeah, I know how it confused you. Like, no, clearly it's open. Clearly it's open. Clearly, I just didn't draw the line. I missed that door, so it's obviously open.
I mean, that's the next thing we do. We go into the senator and we're like, your city is fucked. You don't even know. Basilisks and god bandits with magic and like undead crypts and like immortal vampire ladies. You might as well just leave.
I did enjoy as an outside participant hearing like, they have a wizard? That's not fair. Like, well, you guys were outside like the bandit mansion.
Bandits?
Fucking bandits having a goddamn wizard.
What kind of bandits have a wizard?
Also, our group has turned out very, very interesting. We have the priest puncher, the Forgeborn criminal, the
necromantic sorcerer,
crazy revenge dwarf wizard, the
what
necromantic sorcerer
revenge?
with questionable loyalties, and the druid, of course.
It's not. Just saying, the questionable loyalties are more a joking loyalty.
That's right.
Than anything.
And the druid, of course, is conflicted, and he's like operating in a region that is currently rife with political tension involving druids.
You know, the druid doesn't even need any adjectives. He just is a druid.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
That's true. It is
and the
problem.
solution.
If you could do all of it while not being a druid, that would be...
Just saying, no adventuring party raises up from being like pure good. We need to have something, you know. The bad points help highlight our good.
Like burning down the thief's place.
That's not highlighting anything.
So holding that was a good plan.
I mean, the only thing it highlights is their burning faces.
They build a Viking-style smoke hole house out of wood. I mean, it deserves to get burned down with them inside. That's why they went out of fashion.
You're living in civilized times. You just don't go running around to noble hunting lodges and burn them.
Just building a dumb place anyway. If Mr. Wizard wanted to spend his time in magic putting out non-magical fire, sure, could go do that.
Also, this front door still baffles me completely. It's the only entrance, and as soon as you open the door, you step into the ocean.
It's a high tide.
Like, what?
Some dumb nobles made it.
High tide, but still, you don't even have a road. You walk outside of your door and you get wet feet.
I like how this is like a logical thorn. Like, why did you build that there? And he's like eyeing me as God. Like, why did you make this map, you fucking cunt? You're the one who did it.
You know,
why are you gonna criticize Grimith for something like that?
But the first thing I noticed about your mansion map here is how gorgeous the grass texture is. It's amazing. I want it.
From my what map?
Your grass texture in around the mansion.
Ah, yes, it is.
I've been looking for a good one, and this one is it's great. I like it.
Yes.
I'm not sure why I'm so obsessed with textures, but
no, you're
it's
obsessed
because you've been going
with
map crazy. You've been like mapping like non-stop for days.
You're obsessed with this house's placement and with the fucking grass.
yeah, the house sucks, but the grass really is big here.
Some grass.
Can we just like pick up the house so that I can have more grass here?
Just move it like 20 feet to the right, and then it's perfect.
But then I would have had to make the map bigger. Or make the house smaller.
So what did we learn last session?
Last session, I can tell you what we did last session.
Now, what did we learn this session, basically?
This session, we have learned that the town is hunting down a 10-year-old.
Yeah, that was fucked.
We know the Whispering Revenger has got druidic artifacts.
Yeah, and he's probably gone.
Even if he's not gone, that one we did delay the bandits. The bandits are gonna have a harder time doing things.
But these were just the ones that were home, right? There are many more who are not home.
The point stands. It's still going to cause some problems for them with the fact we'd killed so many.
Yeah, hopefully.
You know, at least some merchants might get passed unscathed.
Right, it's not just the bandits you've killed this session, but you've killed bandits in the past 2 sessions as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly like there are less bandits than there was. So I mean, the city is better off with us than if we hadn't come at all. That's certainly true.
If we say that enough times, then maybe we start believing it.
I take this as a partial victory.
Yeah, I mean, they if they hadn't had us, there would be more bandits. And I still wouldn't know what would happen in the other town, even though we couldn't save anybody. The wars would have broken down, letting Ajax spread into the city, which would have completely ruined everything. So you know,
I would not take this as a partial victory. I take this as mostly a defeat. I say mostly though, it's not a total defeat.
It's a campaign loss, not the campaign end.
Because you know, something good came out of this. We got data.
That's right. You learned, like, when Manaki asked, like, what did we learn this session? You know more things now than what you did 6 hours ago.
For example, I now know whoever we think might be fighting the lady in there with the great sword of ice. Well, resist energy cold. There we go. We now know that's a thing.
We also know that all NPCs have like LOL, I can attack 3 different targets per round.
No.
They all had something like super crazy special. I mean, that's nice.
We all have something super straight crazy special.
But they are even more special than we are. That shouldn't be that way.
They were all named villains.
I know.
They should be the heroes.
They are the villains.
Maybe they are the heroes.
They are the antagonists.
Oh,
maybe we are the antagonists.
Yeah.
I
just want freedom from a system that oppresses them. And
just saying, if you called him the antagonist, I would question for a second if you were correct or not.
What do you mean?
No, he's just a normal dude.
I'm completely justified in my anger.
You are justified in your anger, but the point is you're still an antagonist, as some might say.
To the druids who are evil, yeah.
Yeah, they might question if you're a hero or an anti-hero sometimes.
I'm sure the Lich King questions whether Leon is effective and useful and good in the world or not.
Oh.
I would rather have that guy not be here.
You know, I would rather the Lich King's not here as well.
And you know, he's more important than the druid, so technically you're the greatest villain of us.
But I would pitch it like this.
The question is, you don't know my story.
I would phrase it in this situation, going back to the campaign as it's ended here, or the session rather. During this session, you fought off dwarven bounty hunters and then proceeded to lay siege to an entire hunting lodge mansion built perhaps precariously on the bay, but perhaps the waterfront has moved up in the past century or so, or however long it's been there. And although you did manage some tactics to whittle away at the numbers, you for the most part bullied through quite a portion of that, in comparison to folks who, you know, might be around your power level who have been able to save all of their abilities and have not been damaged or harmed at all, whereas you have been whittled down by attrition.
Yeah, like if I moved my Stormbolt in there and hit all of them, that would have changed something, for example.
If only, yeah.
But, you know, we had to use it earlier. We had other things to deal with.
Oh, well, it was certainly an eventful session.
The real question is, what do we do now?
We'll find out as we get back, won't we?
I'll attempt to attack them again next day.
I mean, you guys could just immediately pick yourselves out of the cove and go, let's do it again!
I mean, they can't have recruited too many extra people yet.
No. They might not let us go this time, though. Oh. Surely you wouldn't expect that.
As far as I'm aware, you have all manners of options. You discussed, like, heading back to Foghaven.
And Crypt.
To finally visit Melkor Crypt.
Like, something we do have to
Fargus
consider.
once. She's like,
something
let's
we do
just
have-
deal with the Crypt. That's simple.
Something we do have to consider, we have, what? Yeah, we're supposed to be done on the 3rd of next month. We have 6 days, and then it'll be the actual day afterwards.
I mean, for all I know, we're gonna have to fight and kill Ajax if we don't want that bad thing to happen. I don't see another way out.
So if we take a campaign loss there, things happen.
Then the city's without food.
Or worse.
And we probably don't get very popular.